like, you know what? If the bag just jumps on my shoulder, then it is what it is. And honey, the bag just jumped on my shoulder, just jumped right on my shoulder. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Shannah and this is a fashion channel. Fashion that you can wear into the office, fashion you can wear on the weekend. So today's video, a quick catch up. If you are new and you're not a part of the YouTube community, then you're gonna be like, what is she talking about? Sunday I posted a video getting ready for spring fashion. If you haven't watched it, check it out. It'll be linked in the description box below. But prior to that, it was like 63, 64 days since I posted a video on YouTube, and a lot has happened since then. I was single. I'm exclusively dating right now. I went to Africa. I spent some time in Kenya, and I made 2 huge purchases. A new guy, tall, dark, and handsome, 43, gonna be 44 in about less than 2 weeks. I'm a Scorpio, he's a Pisces. I met him on Hinge. Yes, I am 41 years old. I was on Bumble and on Hinge. I prefer Hinge, and I'm just gonna say quickly that I prefer Hinge because I feel like the availability of black men was pretty good on Hinge compared to Bumble. And when I matched with guys on Bumble, I felt like it was like a job interview. So, I matched with some pretty decent guys, but it just didn't feel like they were my type or my speed. You know what I mean? So, we matched Christmas Day. Christmas Day. We chatted on the app for a while. Then we exchanged phone numbers. I feel like I bagged him because I'm the one who talked about like exchanging numbers first. We started talking on the phone for a couple of hours. Conversation was so good that we made a reservation for a restaurant. We went to Napkin Burger, just a quick little place in the city. Still on Christmas Day. We sat in the restaurant for 4 hours talking. Amazing conversation. Then we ended up leaving the restaurant. We didn't want to go home, so we went to another spot. And we stayed there in like a lounge area for another maybe like 3 hours or so. I think we left there like 12:30, almost 1 o'clock in the morning. And we actually had our first kiss in that lounge. And then we got in the car. He had parked and I drove around. So I drove him back to his car and we sat there for a while. Like, we really did not want the day to end. I didn't leave him till maybe around like almost 3 a.m. 3 a.m. So the whole entire Christmas Day from like 8 something in the morning, that match happened, all the way till like 2 something the next morning. But it was really, really good. I really felt like I was like in a fantasy or like a romance novel. So amazing. And with dating on apps, what I don't like about it is I feel like I don't get my story, like a story like this, like I'm telling you guys, but I feel like I got my story. So I'm a Scorpio, he's a Pisces. Everything has been really great. It's been almost 2 months. Today is February 23rd, I think. So it's been about 2 months and it's really good. He's a vegan and pescatarian. He's told me a lot about it. I started to cut back on beef and dairy, like after listening to him speak and seeing like the effects that dairy can have like on my stomach and on my skin, blah, 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 whatever. He's been over to my house. He's cooked for me 3 times. He made salmon. He made tuna steak. And he made this like vegan ziti kind of thing with impossible meat. It was so, so, so good. So everything has been great. And that is it with dating. So to be continued. But yes, very, very excited. So I met him Christmas Day. That's when we matched. Things were going great. New Year's Eve, I went to Africa. Okay, I went to Africa. This trip has been planned for a long time. I went with it's like a business called Safe Journey Retreat. Someone in Kenya actually like hosted the trip. It was about 40 women. Amazing time. I had a really, really good time. But the trip was super busy. I was exhausted, okay? The itinerary was jam-packed. I mean, from like an alarm every day to wake up. We did the safari. We went to a women or teen shelter. We went to events. We went to a cultural show. We stayed in 3 different hotels. We flew to Kilifi and stayed on the coast for a couple of nights. Like, it was jam-packed. I felt like that like meme that's like club, another club, dance. Like it felt like that. We were all over the place. and the time difference, and just the fact that I'm like, I don't even work this much at work. Like, it was insane. But I would have never been able to experience Kenya the way I did. I really had a great time. The only thing I wish I would have done or known in advance, we went to a women's shelter. I want to say not women's, probably like a girl, teens, because they're like age 12, 13 to probably like 20, 21. So we went to the shelter and we made a donation on behalf of like all the girls there. It was about 40 of us. We did make a donation. This shelter had girls that were victims of sexual abuse, sexual assault, rape, and they had children from that act of violence or that abuse. And it was about 27 girls. I wish I would have known we were going there and, you know, was a little bit prepared with what we were going to see. We didn't film there because some of the girls are still going to court and stuff for the crimes that were committed against them. Some of them are runaways, you know, things like that. So we didn't film much there. I wish I would have known, so I could have brought things to donate. I donate to my local church probably like once a quarter. I could have donated things. My sister has 4 kids. I could have, you know, brought things, toys, books. We could have brought so many things from the US to Kenya for these girls, and we could have showed up with so much more. I almost get like emotional thinking about it. So many of us were crying because my mother had me, she got pregnant with me at 16 and she had me at 17. She got pregnant right after me with my sister. By the time my dad graduated high school, my mother was standing next to him, holding me. He was holding me, and my mother was pregnant with my sister by the time he graduated high school. So we really related to these girls. A lot of the girls that we were with, you know, either were products of teen moms or were teen moms themselves. You know what I mean? So that was that. So if you're ever visiting Africa, I just want to say this. If you're ever visiting and you have space, bring things to donate. You will definitely be able to give it to someone. And that's what I wish that I would have done. We looked into maybe like shipping, but a lot of times those items don't make it there. And the government regulates the facility, but it doesn't fund it. So even if we gave money, that money is going to be prioritized to what they need to do with it. It's not going to be like, let's get the kids toys, let's buy them extra clothes. You know what I mean? So wish that we would have been able to do that. But other than that, the trip was amazing. It was my first time in Africa. Definitely will not be my last. We connected with a lot of people there, and we had such a really, really good time. All of the women got along really well. And that was it. That was Africa. I went from December 31st. I flew out. I flew business class, all 4 legs. I flew Delta 1 or whatever it's called. Really great experience. I flew KLM, and then I flew Air France. Those were the 3 airlines that I flew business class. I'd have to say KLM was probably like number 1 for me. Air France, amazing. But it was the French, you know what I mean? They really, really speak French, and it was like a little bit of a struggle. And the food, the bread was really great. But you know, it was hit or miss with some of the meals, but overall, amazing experience. I loved being treated like a business class flyer, because there was a difference. The lounges, everything. So me, I'm like hooked. Over 6 hours, I probably will have to go business class. I'd have to like do something to get the money to splurge on business class, because it's absolutely worth it, especially because that trip was like so long. That was that. All right, last but not least, let's get into these luxury purchases, starting with number 1. I'm so excited. I am so excited. I am so excited. I am so excited. Oh my gosh. Listen, so let's talk about her. Oh my gosh. This bag has been on my vision board for a while. I have had my eye on this bag for so long. But when I was flying back from Africa, I flew through Paris. And I'll keep it all while I talk to you guys. I flew through Paris, and the girls were telling me like, oh, do you know that there are luxury stores in the airport? Are you shopping? And I'm like, I wasn't planning on it. I didn't know, but now that you're telling me, I've never been to Paris, never been to London, Italy, like never. I've been to Bali, and most recently I've been to Africa, and that's it. So they told me that there's a whole bunch of luxury stores in the airport, and I started to look online to see like which things, which stores were in there, and then kind of like get an idea of what I wanted, because my connection time was about 3 hours, but I heard a lot of stories about like connecting through Paris and how hard it is and how delayed you could be. So I wasn't sure how much time I would have. So I was like, you know what, let me just look through some of the websites and see what I may want, so when I get there I'm kind of a little bit more like prepared. I literally traveled through with little to nothing. I got through security from Africa. Once I landed in Paris, I got through security probably like 15 minutes. It was a piece of cake. So I had about 2.5 hours or so to shop. They have a Christian Dior store, they have Bottega, they have Fendi, they have Gucci. They had a whole bunch of stores in there. I felt like a kid in a candy shop. So I went into Dior and I'm like, you know what? If the bag just jumps on my shoulder, then it is what it is. And honey, the bag just jumped on my shoulder, just jumped right on my shoulder. My card just flew right out my wallet. And if you have never shopped in Paris, or like anywhere where the luxury, like the exchange rate is that great and like mind-blowing. This bag probably runs, I think it runs for like $4,000 plus like tax and everything in the US. I would probably say, it's hard to like gauge it because of the exchange, but I probably paid about $3,000. And because you're in the airport, you don't pay tax because you're in the airport. So it was like a win-win. It was like a win-win. So I got this. This is number one. And then I was just about to leave and this just jumped out right into my bag. Just jumped out. Honey. Listen, January, what a way to start my 2023. What a way. So I got this bag and the strap. I wasn't planning on getting the strap, but I was like, with the exchange rate, I'm like, you know what, just get it. Just get it. If you end up not wanting it, I could bring it to Fashion File and sell it like right away. Do you know what I mean? Excellent to brand new condition. I can sell it like right away if I want it. So these are investments. At this point, these type of bags I would consider to be investments. I don't know if anybody follows By Me Chanel on Instagram. That's my girl. But she did a reel about this bag and how much she loved it. And I was like, you know what? This bag goes perfect with like jeans, camo, dressing up, date night. Like this is the perfect bag. You could wear it just like this. You can take this strap off. You can add this strap on. You could make it like a, you know, like street time. Like so many things that you can do with this bag. Highly, like I love it. I love it. The quality is 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. The quality just, oh my gosh. And I've been wearing them, honey. I have been wearing them every time. If I'm going out after work, I will carry a bag to work so I can like leave my tote in my car and then carry one of my bags. I love it. I feel like they should have a name. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So that's it. Those are my two purchases for January. My two babies, Mama Bear and a little baby bear. I am so excited with these two purchases. Like, so if this is on your wish list, you deserve if this is on your wish list. Super excited. And that is it. That is it with today's video. We are all caught up on what's been going on. Like I said, I am preparing for spring fashion. I've made a couple of purchases because I'm really trying to get like my wardrobe together. I'm on my tippy toes. I don't even know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm doing this. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We're gonna end it here. We are all caught up. I will see you next video, which is gonna be Sunday, part 2, how to prepare for spring as far as shopping and everything goes. Okay, bye.